Hello. Hello. We are the reduced version of the Electronic Wireless Show.
Yes.
I'm glad I got the name right. That would have been embarrassing. We're just going to be doing a mini version today because Alice Bell, who usually hosts and is most excellent at hosting, unfortunately couldn't get here on time. So we're going to do a short version about some of the stuff we've seen today, and then we're actually going to schedule another proper episode of the Electronic Wireless podcast on Saturday. We'll flag it up on Twitter and everything. So. Hopefully people can see it then or listen then as well. Apologies for the slightly rushed and changed version. But yes, so this is the first mini-pod. I am Matthew Castle of the video department of Rock Paper Shotgun, and I'm joined by...
I'm Catherine Castle, who's hardware editor in the hardware department.
And I'm Matt Cox, and I just write things.
Nice, traditionalist.
Classic writing.
What have you seen at EGX today that you have liked or has interested you?
Well, I can tell you about a London Underground transport thriller.
Please do.
I can't tell you what it is called because I have failed to find the name of it in the frantic minute of Googling I did before that we started. But yeah, it's fun. Like, there is basically nothing to it. When I went up to the guy, he told me there was a guy frantically hammering away at a laptop somewhere to introduce the bigger build later in the weekend. But I really liked it because it does a very good job of making you feel like you're on the London Underground. And that's, like, it's just you're on a train for a bit.
Right.
The announcer guy does his announcer voice in exactly the right way. The train skids along and you get off. And that's it. But it's the most remarkable experience I've had at EGX so far.
It's that damning with faint praise of EGX. I don't know. Is it a populated train?
No, which I get. So it's not that realistic, really.
Right.
I was going to say, are you crammed into someone else's armpit like a sardine at rush hour? Because that would be an accurate representation of the London Underground.
No, you're free to just run around. There is going to be a story. You're searching for a lost urban explorer who may or may not be your brother.
Oh.
A lost urban explorer.
Yeah.
But you're looking for him on mainline underground.
I mean, at the start, I presume you go off-piste.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Are all the lines available? Sorry. Are all lines available to travel on?
I don't know. There were... there are definitely some trains running, or at least a timetable showing trains running. This is the most exciting thing I could possibly have to talk about, isn't it?
Oh well, where is that on? Where is that on the show floor?
So yeah, that's actually part of the. It's the transfuge. There's a play on the word transfusing.
Yeah, transfusing.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's set up right. It's basically a competition between loads of different university projects, and so they all go to it, and you can play them, and then you vote for which one you thought was best, and they get a bunch of money, I believe.
Yeah, that's down that's down by the res section. Interestingly, that's where our boss man Graham has a game. He is showing as well. Primetime Detective, which if you go and see it, it's kind of hilarious because the logo. It's the old Rock Paper Shotgun logo. Like, he just ripped it off. Like, after all this complaining, it's the same font, it's the same colour scheme. So if you're feeling nostalgic for the original, the old site design, you can just go and look at his logo and get like a flavour of it. So
nostalgic.
Are we allowed to promote his game? I don't know, but that's a private side project.
Well, we have.
Yes,
we have.
It's done
Too
now.
late.
I ventured into the Left Field collection. Where there's all kinds of interesting things. There's a game which, again, I apologize, the name of it escapes me, but it's controlled by feeding books into a book shredding machine.
I saw this.
Which I need to actually go back and play it, because there was a little cue for it at the time, to actually work out why you're shredding books. because it might just be, it was making a lot of mess. That much I know, which was kind of fun.
As in real life books you're shredding?
Yeah, he's got a pile of books. Like there was a Jeffrey Archer book, and there was like a Delia Smith cookbook or something. And yeah, you just rip things out, and which seems like quite an aggressive, like negative thing, like destroying books.
I saw him earlier and asked him why people were destroying books, and he told me he was really interested in how there's a difference between physical and virtual objects. And one difference is that physical objects can be destroyed. So he made a game about destroying physical objects.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Well, that's as he's allowed to do. I plan to go and shred some books tomorrow just because I want to destroy something. It's fun, right?
He also spoke a lot about how the game deals with regret and death and more serious subjects than you would expect for this, like, because it's set up as like a paper shredder with like
a face.
I'm pretty sure it's got a face. Yes.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a jolly time, but no, death, regret, destruction, misery. I'm just adding words now.
That's great.
Is there a particular book you are looking to shred?
I need to go through the pile, really. I think he went to a charity shop and he said, I just bought this from a charity shop. So,
Is there anything you're hoping is there to shred?
Oh, I couldn't possibly say. That would be very terrible. I also saw there, it's not new. I've seen it a few other things. What the Golf? Have you seen this?
I've seen the advert for it.
Yeah.
It's the urinals.
It's truly bizarre. It's a mini golf game, or kind of perspective, like crazy golf courses. Except it seems that in each course, you've got the same interaction kind of power meter that you would have in a golf game, except what you actually hit completely changes. So there's only one, I think, where you actually hit the ball. In another one, and then in the second level, like you pull it back, and it's the golfer who you send flying up the course, and he just sort of prangs off stuff. And there's one where it's a car, and you're hitting the car, but then you can also then do the power meter on the car to make it do like power slides around corners and stuff. So it's kind of a golf interaction system, but constantly kind of changing up, almost a bit like, I want to say like WarioWare-ish in terms of the kind of pace of ideas, but with like a mad little kind of physics going crazy thing as well, which looked fun.
I've seen the trailer. I haven't actually seen the game in the flesh yet, but yeah, it looked as though you were carting, or kind of pulling these kind of cars round this course, almost a bit like a kind of like, it's like on an elastic string, and you're kind of just firing it off in all sorts of different directions.
Yeah, and you're pinging it off. And there's one which is 2D, and you've got like 30 balls, and you do the power meter, and then all these 30 balls go bouncing around. And so, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But the thing is, with the Left Field Collection, everything there looks amazing. You just want to sit there, and there's all these giant stands, which have lots of flashy things, but I just have to go back there tomorrow and work my way through it. There was a thing called Mystery Murder Simulator, or
Mystery Murder Machine.
Mystery Murder Machine, which is kind of a procedurally generated crime-solving game. But when I was talking to the chap, he seemed to say that it had a set story as well. It was just like generating the elements around it, so that I guess there'd be a impetus to return and play it again, which is always the problem with crime games, that you write a great crime story, and once you know who done it, you're like, well,
I played that, and I was just an utterly miserable detective that
couldn't
really? Figure it out. Because you're supposed to, there's a witness stood there, like, over the body, and you walk around the room, like, picking up clues, and you're supposed to ask him about the clues. But whatever I asked him about, he just said, yeah, commit suicide. And presumably there's a way of prodding him into exposing some inconsistency, but you've just got this massive list of things you can talk to him about, and whatever I seem to do, he's just like, nah. I don't know why you're here.
There's simply no point in living. Yeah. Hooray! That's an uplifting note.
And then you make random guesses by so you're not supposed to make random guesses, but you open up a menu and drag the who, the what, and the why to different things. And I tried suicide, and it wasn't suicide.
Oh, right. Bogus. Have you been able to play anything today?
I haven't actually been able to play anything, because I've been doing various bits and pieces over on the EGX Theatre stage. So I hosted a panel about VR this afternoon.
Right.
with some chaps and ladies from Dream Reality Interactive about their new game, Arca's Path, which is a VR game where you don't need to use a controller or anything. It's on basically every headset you can possibly imagine, and you just use your head to control a ball rolling around a course, which was pretty good. Very accessible. It's got a very nice.
Concerned.
It's got a very nice pastel, like art kind of art style. And then after that, once we talked about where VR was going and what was happening in VR, I sat in on a talk by the 1111 Memories. See, I got this wrong in the talk. I said untold, but I think it's actually retold.
It is Memories Retold.
So I completely fluffed the name of the game in front of probably tens of hundreds of, I don't know, maybe just tens of people watching on Twitch.
We're good at names, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of our strengths.
I like the idea. Memories Untold isn't the title.
No, it's not the title.
Because that would be a game where no
Yes.
stories are
No,
told.
no.
And it just doesn't exist. And you're like, Grandad, what did you do in the World War One? He goes, I don't remember.
I don't know.
The end. And that would
Yeah.
be terrible.
Yeah.
Do you like the look of it?
Yeah, I think it's my first time actually seeing it in action. I've read a lot of stuff about it, and it's for people who don't know about it. It's it's sort of set in World War One during the events of World War One, following a photographer on a Canadian photographer who's like he's just kind of observing the war, and a German. Is he on the front? I can't remember.
Like an engineer.
Yes, an engineer. That's right. So it follows the story of these two people on either side of the front. But the art style's quite remarkable in that it's very painterly and kind of moves. It's like a moving Monet painting. And they basically it was about the art style, and so they broke down how they actually created how all the paint strokes move. It was basically art by mathematics, and it was very interesting.
Because it's like procedurally layering the strokes.
Oh, there are many layers.
Yeah.
Painting by numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, so they just kind of broke it down, and all the different layers and all the things that were happening to create such a nice sort of hand-drawn effect. But it was all, basically all just done by numbers.
Yeah, I thought that game looks great. If you get a chance, I think it's on the Bandai Namco
Yes, on Bandai Namco
stand. If you get a chance to see it, you should see it, 'cause it looks amazing in motion. But we put a video up about it on the channel, and all the comments were like, "This looks shit." And I was like, "It's beautiful. It's a living painting." And everyone was like, "Looks like a PS2 game," which it kind of is underneath.
Yeah,
they said that in they did an interview in Edge magazine, and he was like, "Oh, it's a PS2 game, but with like all this crazy
stuff
shaders
on top.
and stuff going on over the top of it."
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe people can like X-ray through to the basic assets and just go rubbish, but it isn't. I thought, I didn't think it was anyway. I thought it.
Yeah.
They just cast their objective eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. But in
Yeah.
motion, maybe the YouTube compression messed it up or something.
Maybe.
But it's pretty.
Yeah, no, it was
if
really
you get to-
interesting.
The trench warfare.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. The explosions. It just looks crazy.
Yeah.
Really good.
So so I sat in on that, and that was that's basically been my day
Oh, fun.
today.
I did a panel this morning on Willowbrook Post.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a new thing that was announced today.
Fresh.
Excalibur of Jalopy fame are publishing it. And it's like a one-man team. His name's Dante Knox, which is a great name. And he described it as Animal Crossing meets Papers, Please, which in my head I
It's a
was
good pitch.
yeah, because Tom Nook is quite kind of Papers, Pleasey, isn't he? At the best of times, like he'd fit right in. If ever there was a collaborator, it's that guy. But it's actually much sweeter than it's more Animal Crossing than Papers, Please. But you basically you run a post office in a small town, and your entire interaction is when these weirdos come in to use the post office, which is the kind of Animal Crossing thing. Like they're all quite strange people, and you then have to send their post, and the Papers, Please stuff is kind of you've got this sort of whether or not the post can be sent. Like, is it the right envelope? Is it the right stamp?
Do you get to censor the post? Do you get to censor it?
Apparently you can, yeah. He didn't really say why you could, but you could. like if as
Maybe
long
there's an
even if
underlying
it ticks all the
conspiracy.
boxes, you can be like, nah, and
Just
like,
chuck it in the bin.
Yeah, you just like I don't know. It's like too much hassle to post it for the post office, or you can go through people's post to like find out about them. Or the example he gave was like someone else in the town might need they're baking a cake for a competition, and you know that there's this chef and his post has come in and he's probably got baking ingredients, so you can nick them from his post and give it to the people who are trying to bake a cake, but then it might like sour the relationship, which with the chef. So basically, you're balancing everyone's post, and it kind of the guy must have gone through someone's post at some point. It's a very strange game.
Scary
Trying to
accurate.
normalise that.
Yeah.
Because I sort of said, this is a fantasy of opening other people's posts, right? And he was like, no, I just went into a post office and thought this would be ripe for gamification. And I was like, well, fair enough, but like, come on, we've all done it. Like, we've not all done it, but we've all thought it. I'm not going to tell that story. 'Cause you're not allowed to. No, don't worry. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Willowbrook Post. It looks great. Really weird. Goes into early access next year. I'm up for that.
Because it is illegal to open people's posts.
Yeah.
Is there an in-game police that comes after you if you get
yeah,
found
I
out?
think you can get busted. Like
What
your
happens
post
to you?
office can go out of business. You've inherited. It's a bit like Stardew Valley. You've inherited the post office. Because that's how post offices work, apparently.
Classic.
From your parents, but it's like a mystery as to what happened to your parents. And in the trailer, it's really sweet. You should check it out. It's all lovely, like tinkly music and cute. There's like a mini game where you wrap a parcel, but then there's this one shot of a door to an attic, sort of wobbling, and it's just like, completely unexplained. Has no like rhyme or reason, no relation to the rest of the trailer, and it's like implied that something horrible is happening up there. And I said, is it like a horror? Is it a disturbing game? And he was like, no, it's family friendly. It's really fun and charming. And
It's where he secretly stashed the Animal Crossing pelicans who run the post office.
Yeah. So that was weird. It's a cute game, but kind of.
It's got. I was watching the trailer last night. It looks sort of slightly Minecrafty, and it's kind of
very
voxel art style, isn't it?
Yeah, or like big chunky 3D pixels. But the faces are quite like
detailed,
ugly as well.
Yeah.
Deliberately, like there's one like the main guy in the trailer who came in was kind of like
big grimace.
Yeah. For those listening, that was a grimace. So that was kind of strange. A really odd game. I need to play it. It's on the show floor, but I need to play it and see if it is actually going to be like nightmare fuel.
Can you change people's? Can you alter the letters?
Yeah, I think so. And you can write to them. And
Well, that's strange, isn't it?
yeah, it's very odd, but
That's
cool
definitely
though.
a crime.
Yeah. Tampering with people's posts and altering their messages.
Yeah.
That surely is definitely like post office police.
Yeah, but apparently not.
Material.
It's like it's cute. Apparently,
It's cute.
So
With scary grimaces
Do you just
thrown in.
attach little messages to other people's and just comment on their affairs? I want to play that game.
yeah, that would be good.
Telling people what they really think. And it's like, oh, this is a really sweet letter. And it's like, no, he hates you. He hates you really.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say there'd be scenarios where you could learn information, and then but then the thing was like not to try and mention it, because then it'd be like, how did you know that? And he'd say,
You've got to cover your
"No,
tracks.
well, I only wrote that in a letter to my mother, so and you'd have extra stuff that could help you, but you have to like. He implied that you have to remember everything you've ever learned and where it came from, so that you don't accidentally put your foot in it, which is like a classic thriller thing, where you're like, where the criminal kind of accidentally messes it up with the police because he knows too much.
He reveals themselves accidentally.
I'm keen to see how that works out.
Yeah, that sounds
Thought
good.
it was good. Trying to think if we played anything else. On a mainstream thing, a little bit of Hitman. On
2.
Hitman 2.
Yeah.
Are you Hitman?
I like
people?
Hitman.
I've sort of bounced off it.
Oh.
Shocking. How so? Why so?
This is a thing that it's tricky to talk about because it was 3 years ago and I have entirely forgotten.
That's okay. You've just moved on. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, it's very like Hitman Season 1 to the
But
point.
better. But better.
Yeah, maybe.
You get to wear flamingo suits.
It's the
in this
same.
one.
It really is the same. Like it's kind of amazing. Like it's. If anyone here's played it or plans to play it, the demo is the Miami stage, which is like the first stage of the new Hitman season, and it's like a big racetrack, and you have to assassinate someone who is racing on the track and someone who is showing off new car technology as part of the track, and it's one of those like nightmarish games to demo, I imagine, because in the short amount of time you want to lead someone to a kill and succeed. You know, you can spend hours in a Hitman level just plodding around. So they're trying to show you the very sort of scripted version where you kind of commit a particular kind of opportunity or whatever. But it's very polished. I love their world design. It's still got that slightly weird thing where there are I detected a few English voiceover actors, which if you played the first season, you'll know that he went around the world and was just followed by this gang of English voice actors. And but they had really, all the dialogue was very, there's that famous one where you go to Sapienza and there's like a woman telling off someone called like Luigi, and she's like, "Calm down, Luigi, it's terrible, you've got to cook some pasta or something," in this incredibly English accent. You're like, didn't we meet like in Paris? We had the same voice. So there's hints of that, but it's very it's a really polished, big, fun thing. Good demo. If anyone's looking for a fun demo to try out, I recommend that one. Cool. But that's kind of where I got to on the show floor today. I've been dashing about.
I can recommend Sticky Cats.
Sticky Cats?
Is that a game or just the concept?
Sticky Cats?
Yeah, no, just in general.
Just in general.
Just general
Cat.
sticky.
This
Marmalade.
podcast is
Whale of a time.
endorsed and sponsored by Sticky Cats. The general idea.
Yeah.
Sticky Cats is a multiplayer game in which each of you plays a sticky cat trying to grab a fish and get it out of a window before the other sticky cat can. That's all there is to it. I think there are like 4 or 5 levels.
Fair enough.
Does the fish just stick to you?
Yes. Well, it sticks to everything, including the other cat. And the fun thing about it, or one of the fun things, is that at the start of each level, the cat size is randomized. So one of you can be like 1/10 of the size of the other, which sort of gives you an advantage in that you can sort of jump away and there's less sort of area to be grabbed. But most of the time just means the bigger cat just bullies the little one. And
How many cats are in the mix?
Well, me and Alice were playing it, and there were 2 of us. Right. I don't know. I can't tell you the cat count.
Oh, right.
On that note, I think we probably also have to jump out of a window because we're being chucked out of EGX, aren't we? I think.
We are. Oh yeah. Sorry, the man from EGX is nodding at us. So yeah, well, those are hopefully some suggestions. If you're here for the next few days, please do go and see those games. Like I said, we will be doing a longer session of this on Saturday with Alice, Bell, and I think we'll even get we'll try and get Graham in the mix as well. So it'll be the whole gang. Well,
a very rare appearance from Graham.
Yeah, he is rare. Yes, so hopefully this was of some value to you. And yes, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.